Hey everybody, Dr. Turpo here, Black America's Love Doctor, talking to you about love and life and other concerns that you might have. So I've been talking to a couple of people, and one of the things that people are concerned about is their pets during this time of the COVID-19. COVID-19 is a current pandemic that we're going through, and we need to think about a lot of different things in our life and going through this time. And a lot of times we are ignoring things that are just right in front of us, such as our pets. And how do we think about our pets during this time? Well, let's talk a little bit about some things, recommendations that I have, and what I want pet owners to know is that we need to think about our pets in ways that you would any other family members. I'm not a veterinarian, an epidemiologist or physician or anything like that, but we need to start thinking about some things, such as let's think about if you get COVID-19. All right, God forbid, if you get COVID-19, what would happen with your pets? So we need to be thinking about, in our minds, considering right now, who would take care of our pets. Even if you don't have a formal plan, at least start thinking about who would I want to take care of my pets, my dog, my cat, or whatever, and how would they go about taking care of my pet while I'm sick? Because if I have to get hospitalized, what would be the way that I would go about making sure that my pets are taken care of? So now, if you have COVID-19, you also want to avoid contact with your pets. Get somebody else. If you're on lockdown in your own house and you're self-isolating, you need to find someone else in the household to take care of your pet, or someone else in a different household to take care of your pet, since you won't be able to. And also consider during these times that we need to consider at-risk populations. When you think about somebody else to take care of your pet, you just want to make sure that it's not somebody in those at-risk populations. We don't need to put these people at any more harm. So we need to be careful with everybody in our community, but definitely the people at-risk populations. I have parents, elderly parents. There's other people with certain underlying conditions that you need to be concerned about. You don't want to consider burdening these people and putting them at any more risk. So as a matter of fact, we need to be trying to support these people. So let me just take a side note. If you know anybody in these at-risk populations, underlying health conditions, people over the age of 65, we really need to be thinking about how can we support these people. Maybe we can go shopping for them, leave some things at their doorstep, some supplies or food or what have you, and just call and check on them. Call them on the telephone, video call them, chat with them. So these are some things we need to consider. Now, the latest news as far as pets are concerned, there has been, I'm looking at my notes here, there has been some pets testing positive for the virus recently. And it's enough concern for me to do this video, to mention in this video. They had 2 cats in New York, I think, that presented for respiratory symptoms, so that's concerning, that now it's starting to show up in animals. It can, I've heard about tigers, and now it's dogs and cats as well. So it's been shown that it can spread from people to animals, so they have seen that. It has been shown that. It still has not been shown yet whether it can go the other way, whether it can go from animals to people. I would still be on the safe side, because it can go one way. To me, what's the possibility? They're saying it's so low right now that it can happen the other way around, but I would still be on the safe side. So treat your pets, as you heard me say, treat your pets as you would any other person in your household, and treat them the same way you would as far as preventing infection. So be careful. We tell my kids, don't let the dog, we have a dog, 4-year-old Manchester Terrier, very friendly, and they cuddle and all that time. But I said, but definitely, y'all need to keep the dog out of your face. Don't let them be all in your face, licking you, or you kissing all over them. But definitely, if you're sick, you don't want to do that. But even then, before then, it's not a good sanitary practice to have the dogs all up in your face and other animals. So, but treat your pets as you would any other family member to prevent infection. If you're sick, it's best to not take your pet to the vet. Okay, even if your pet is sick, you're sick, don't take the pet to the vet. You can actually do telemedicine with the veterinarian, get a consultation with the veterinarian. And if you feel like you still have to take your pet to the vet, a lot of veterinarians are only doing emergency services now. But if you feel like you have to, see if you can get somebody else to do it. And if you still feel like you have to, ask the vet if they'll come and pick the pet up out of your car. And a lot of them are doing that during this period. So keep this in mind as well. Wear a face covering. If you have to take care of your pet, there's nobody else to take care of your pet. Wear a face covering, some type of mask. Wash your hands before and after you take care of your pet, so we can avoid this possible cross-contamination. So keep your animals also in a controlled area. Keep your cats inside if you can. If you have to walk your dog, be careful with that as well. When you're walking your dog, keep a physical distancing, 6 feet away from other dogs, other people. You want to, again, keep the same physical distancing guidelines that we're practicing now. We personally, we don't walk our dog. We used to, but during this time of the pandemic, we're not walking our dog outside of our property. We keep him on our property. We keep him on a tethered leash in the front yard so he can go do his business. But we just want him to stay in our yard because, again, it's cross-contamination. You know, if you're taking your dog for walks, you see some of the things that he gets into, what he smells, what he licks, and all around the neighborhood, there's no way of knowing if your dog is getting infected. And so we just still want to be careful as we're out there and think about these things. So, so some final guidelines for people when taking care of their pets during this time of the pandemic would be don't allow your pets to interact with other people or animals. I'm going to go through my list here. So again, don't allow them to interact with other people and animals. You know, when the dogs, you usually have the dogs, oh, they're cute, what's your dog's name? And you have them licking and smelling on each other. Don't allow that during this time. Don't allow people to pet your animals. Don't allow them to stroke and play with your pets. And walk them on a leash and keep that 6 feet physical distancing going. So avoid these dog parks and other parks and places, public places, beaches, whatever, where there's a lot of people and other animals. Avoid taking your pets to these places. And like I was saying, keep your cats inside if you can. So these are just some major points. I thought it would be a good idea to just share this video for people to consider during this time. You all stay safe out there and take care of each other. Harmonious wishes. Thank you.